Welcome back to Music News TV. This is Tim Hunter. Singer Sean Kingston has pretty much went public by saying that he's broke. At least he told that to the courts. Apparently, he had legal work done by one of his lawyers in 2015, but never paid the bill. The bill at that time was maybe like all of like $12,000 or $14,000, but he just never paid it. So they went to court about it. And the lawyer agreed for him to work out payments, and the amount that he would pay all total would be like $20,000. Agreed. Okay, but Kingston stiffed the guy. He never paid him. So basically, the guy takes him to court again, and recently he forces him to pretty much do a financial statement so he can get his money back, either through the cash or through his assets. Well, Sean Kingston pretty much blew it off to the last minute, but this is what he reported. He reported that he had two bank accounts. One basically was overdrawn, basically meaning he had no money, and the other one had like literally like a couple $100s in it. He says that he haven't been making much money at all, and he don't own any cars, and he lives with his moms in LA. Now, on the forefront there, I mean, the court have to accept what he submitted there. When it came down to him just pretty much reporting like how he gets his income, he just basically put down he's an entertainer, which he is. I mean, he don't have like a steady job in which he has like a prearranged check, coming to him. So for the most part there, on paper, he submitted that he's broke and cannot afford to pay this lawyer. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of look behind the curtain on that, and no, I feel like that's not true. And the reason I say is because a lot of entertainers kind of tell the courts one thing in order to legally win a battle. But their personal lives, it may be a whole different scenario. Remember 50 Cent, he did the same thing a couple of years back when people thought he was broke. So he basically, after some legal finagles there, he went on Instagram and pretty much showed the world all over the internet that he had cash by literally spelling out the word broken cash money. And yeah, keep in mind at the time he had the hit show Power, and he still does. So he has money. I mean, these guys have money. As Sean Kingston's situation, I want you to consider this, okay? Even though he put that down on his financial statements, I don't know what's his reason for not paying this guy. Sometimes lawyers can be very difficult, or sometimes they could be pretty creative with their billing as well. So who knows why he don't want to pay this guy. But I do feel that Sean Kingston can easily afford to take care of this if he chooses to. And the reason I say that is because, first of all, he just recently released an album, I guess about a year or so ago, right? So that's worth some money. And I know that people have bills, so I'm not saying that, that puts him on a particular level of comfort. But this is why I say he has that, because in 2014, keep in mind that they were saying that he was broke then. And he dispelled all that by basically going to the courts and pulling out going to the bank and pulling out like $90,000 cash with all his jewelry on and everything, like all the chains and watches and everything. Probably about $1 million worth of jewelry, to be honest, or close to it. And I know there's been some problems with that as well, because some jewelers claim that he would take their jewelry on a billing basis but never paid the bill. So he's been known for that as well. But the reason I really feel that he can easily afford to take care of this particular lawyer if he chose to is because this guy just got off an Asian tour. He was just in Dubai like a month ago. He has some international stops, which is international pay. In addition to that, as far as living with his mom, did you see where his mom lives? His mom lives not just in LA like in the flatlands, but his mom lives like in a multi-million-dollar home, in the hills. So yeah, you can claim you live with your mom, but you probably have a home with your corporation name in it and everything else, which is smart business, by the way. But who knows? So whenever you guys hear that entertainer is broke, I think that you may want to kind of question that sometimes, especially with particular reported income. I think Sean Kingston's recent reported income was like $2 million in the last year or two. So I doubt if he just went through that fast. Don't get me wrong, he did have a couple of cars repoed a couple of times in like a couple of years back. But that's neither here nor there, when it comes down to it. So anyway, we'll keep you posted there. Check us out for more at musicnewstv.com. And of course, you can also subscribe.